Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Both quarterbacks have reliable tight ends they know they'll be able to count on to make plays. It's Cameron's Dolphins going up against Watson's Ravens. With that, let's get you on up to Baltimore as we welcome in our commentary team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. Hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, we saw Larry focus on the tight end matchup in his open. You think it's one to watch, don't you?
Definitely one to watch because these guys can create such big plays by all the different things they can do. Line up out wide, in the slot, line up in a normal tight end position, and then who are you going to cover them with? Is it a linebacker, a defensive back? They create mismatches all throughout the game.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. Here's Jarvis Landry now on the return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And there is Ryan Tannehill bringing out the Miami Dolphins, finishing the season just shy of 3,000 yards, 19 touchdowns, 12 picks, Charles. Unable to play, of course, in the playoff game. Had to be hard for him to sit that one out.
Had to be very hard for him because I thought he finished the season with a flourish. And this was a monster year for Ryan Tannehill in his development as an NFL quarterback. And I thought he passed the test. And I think 2017, he's eager for it, as is his head coach, Adam Gase.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Okay, the starters for the Miami Dolphins offensively. Charles, who are we highlighting?
Got to highlight Jay Ajayi, their running back. Came out of Boise State as a fifth-round pick, but most people had his talent much more like a second round. There were some medical concerns with the knee, but he can do it all. Run, catch, block. He's truly a three-down back.
380. On second down, here's Tannehill. And caught by Cameron right side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. And here are the Raven defensive starters.
C.J. Mosley is your prototypical Alabama linebacker. They'll come downhill and smack you, but they understand the game so well.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Tannehill. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. So on 4th down, here's Matt Darr to kick it away. Back deep for the Ravens, Michael Campanaro. Now Campanaro. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So here comes Baltimore's offense. The Ravens finishing the year, Charles, at 8-8. Flacco under center. Finished the year with over 4,300 passing yards. He actually topped Vinny Testaverde for the Ravens' single-season franchise record.
For so many people who wondered, can Joe Flacco actually carry a team? Well, I think it's been answered. He can actually do that. But do they want him to do it? Because the way the Ravens play, their style, predicated on having a really strong running game. They didn't quite get there this year. They had a couple of guys who ran okay. They needed better performances there to take some of the pressure off of him so then he could bomb it deep to people.
He was trying to get it to Steve Smith that time, and it's 3rd down. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
3rd and long for Joe Flacco. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. So they're
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. They look to throw up. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. Touchdown, Miami. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Defense.
So the flag is for roughing the kicker, a big 15-yard penalty.
And I'm not sure that was the time to go all out after the kicker. Plenty of time left in this game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They start on the ground with Forsett. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. On 2nd down, Flacco to throw. He hits his target, left side, Watson. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on 3rd down. Now it's Flacco. Caught by the tight end, Watson. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. First down, this is Forsett. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Again, they run. Again, it's Forsett. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Play fake to Forsett. Now Flacco. Complete to Gilmore, the tight end. 8 yards there and a first down. Off the give from Flacco. Forsett. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Flacco. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Ben Watson was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
The defensive coordinator came into this game with a plan to get to the quarterback with whatever type of pressure is necessary. It's working to perfection for him today.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Here's Flacco. Wide open receiver, complete. 18 yards the gain for number 18. First and 10 here for Flacco. Allen here on the screen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They give him 15 more, and it's another first down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Rashad Perriman from 17 yards out. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Brandon, what we just saw there were 2 guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. A chance for us to look at this Baltimore defense again. They were able to force the 3-and-out last time, led to the punt, and then led to a touchdown for their crew, so they'll be looking for a little bit more of that, Charles.
Well, I think that they created the spark with the 3-and-out. Gave a little momentum to their offense. You say, all right, appreciate it, guys. And they took the ball downfield and stuck it in the end zone.
And that defense wasn't out there long. They'll be trying to keep it short here. On first down, Tannehill over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And Landry just snuck into the top 10 this year in receiving yardage, 1,136, finishing the year with 94 catches.
And what makes him super dangerous is his ability to convert from being a wide receiver to a running back after making the catch. Because I've talked with a number of defensive backs in the NFL, and all of them, independent of each other, say the exact same thing. Tackling him in the open field is difficult, and he leaves an impact when you do actually bring him down.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
For someone who piled up the yardage that Jay Ajayi did in 2016, I think it was a strange type of a year. How many runners do you know that will end the season with more 200-yard games on the ground than 100-yard games and end up over 1,000?
Very, very strange. 3 200-yard games, just 1 100-yard game. All in all, though, how do you see a season? A rough start, but looked pretty good in the end.
Rough start, but a really good offensive line that continues to grow. I think the future is really bright for Jay Ajayi and the Dolphins next season.
Five yards to gain here on third down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And caught by Cameron right side. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Second down, Flacco now. And Aiken with it over the middle. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And what they're challenging here is the spot of the ball, and this is...
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Second down, 9 yards to go. They stay on the ground. Forsett again. Oh, spinning away. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. 3rd down, Flacco from the gun. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Ben Watson was the intended target, the tight end, and it's 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They do snap it. Flacco now. They'll set up the screen for Forsett. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And out come the Dolphins now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit. But his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose. They sometimes tugged on jerseys to hold linemen to create space and gaps. And that play finished off really, really well. Well-conceived, well-designed, and even better executed.
3rd down and 1.
Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back. And now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense. Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the 1st down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target. Deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
And incomplete on the deep ball. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Now the Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd down.
Could be a blitzer.
To throw is Tannehill. And he's got him. It's the tight end Cameron. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Now Tannehill. They set up the screen to Ajayi. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right?
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Timmy Jernigan in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Forsett. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. They'll try and get it with Forsett. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. They're going to try it. Here's Flacco. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
2nd down following the incompletion. From the 50, it's Tannehill. On the left side, this is Stills. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Tannehill now. They give to Ajayi. A strong running. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And this one is right down the middle. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And Watson has it right side. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Well, you mind if we go off topic for a second?
No, let's go.
I like to do that randomly. AFC playoff contenders for this year that didn't make it last season. Who do you have that might get in?
Well, I think Cincinnati's got to be considered there. Maybe they'd have an offseason that's calm, and they go into this season and try and get back to the playoffs where they've been perennials. How about Denver?
Yeah.
Remember last year they didn't have the quarterback to start. Trevor Siemian played pretty well overall, but maybe they can get solidified there and ride that strong defense right back into the playoffs. I'm going to give you a little bit off the pace. Indianapolis cannot afford to squander Andrew Luck, one of the better young quarterbacks in the game. They've got to get back to the playoffs. And Buffalo, brand new head coach, brand new people running the ball club. Let's see if they can figure it out, because I think defensively they can be awfully strong. When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Tannehill now to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. CD, wanted to get your thoughts just on the landscape of the offseason for each of these teams. Super Bowl in the rearview mirror, but so much going on. People look at the draft a lot, but there's a lot more that goes into the offseason for these front offices, is there not?
It certainly is, and then even before we get to the draft, you start with the combine. You know, that's held in Indianapolis every year, and you have about 350 of the top prospects coming together to get their physicals and interviews and on-field performance, and all that'll get evaluated along with their game tape. And then you've got the free agents, all right? That starts, I believe, in early March, where now the free agents can start moving around to different teams. So your team's starting to take a little bit of shape there, free agency, because then the draft's coming up. You're trying to put your team together with new draft picks, have everyone start to move in one direction, and then you have the OTAs and mini camps. You get to see them on the field for the first time, and we start to get a better idea of how these teams are going to look when the fall begins.
On first down, it's Tannehill. He gets it to Sims, complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Throwing again is Tannehill. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Frank's now on to kick it away after the touchdown. To return, here's Michael Campanaro. Oh, look at the juke. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25. And actually, Larry, hold that thought. We're right back to the action. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
Let's see if that script is a good one for them. Passing play, Flacco. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Flacco to throw here on third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Now it's Flacco. They'll set up the screen for Forsett. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on fourth down. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a first down.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. A couple of Dolphins in on the stop. Second down following the run. Flacco here on second down. And Watson has it right side. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Throwing here on first down. Flacco finds his man. Watson over the middle. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll run it here. This is Buck Allen. And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. They keep it on the ground. Allen again. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Play fake to Forsett. Now Flacco. And hauled in by Pitta. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Oh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Flacco to throw again on second down. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. They come out here in the eye. Following the penalty, it's Forsett. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
3rd and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. Here's Flacco. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
My high school coach John Ford used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
So they get the field goal, but partner, that was a 14-play drive to get the 3.
Normally, when you hold the ball that long, run that many plays, you end up in the end zone. There's a breakdown on the defense. Something happens. In this case, that didn't. But really good ball control by the offense. They're hoping that they can wear them down if they keep having drives like that.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Now it's Ajayi. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. And Cameron has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Lawrence Guy able to bring him down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Joe Flacco and company heading back out onto the field. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, There's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, well, man, what do you need? What's going on here? So he's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
Flacco gives to Forsett, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Still 9 yards to go on 3rd down. Third down, Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. Ajayi hit. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw the... Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. On 2nd down, Flacco to throw. He'll rifle this one, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the former Seahawk, Byron Maxwell. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late...
Back now in Baltimore. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. They set up the screen to Ajayi. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Here's Tannehill to the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Campanaro on the return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Ravens taking the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They come out here in the eye. Back to the ground on first. Again for Seth. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. Flacco here on 2nd down. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
And that's complete. It's Watson. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
On 2nd down for Seth. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. It's Jelani Jenkins that brings him down. Third and just 1. It's Flacco. Finds his man. Watson over the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Benjamin Watson from 19 yards away. And now the Ravens, they're just a 2-point conversion away from tying this up. Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Flacco looking to throw for it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Koamisi. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now Damian Williams to return it. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. All right, out comes Jordan Cameron and the rest of his offensive mates as they head back on the field. And look at the numbers. They have gotten him more involved. I guess the question now, Charles, defensively, how do you make him less involved?
That's always a key question, isn't it? Sometimes other guys are starting to play really well, and you shift your attention to them. You got to make sure you got full focus on him because he's so good that if you don't, he finds a way to make plays. Always have 2 guys in his vicinity, usually trying to bump him off the line of scrimmage and get him out of his route.
Defense maybe trying to guess the snap count there, and it costs them 5 yards. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 12. And the Dolphins have a 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Here's Ajayi. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They run run again with Ajayi. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? They run with Ajayi. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. Let's put our attention here now on the Dolphins defense. And in a tight ball game like this, the defense looking for a stop. You kind of, whether you're the offense or the defense, you don't want to be the one to screw this thing up.
No, not at all. And right now, you've got to figure that the offense is thinking to themselves, if you just get us the ball, we'll make things happen for you. Just help us out a little bit. And that's what the defense has to have in mind as they trot out here for this series.
Yeah, right now, the offense on the sideline. Can the defense do it? Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. The pitch comes to Forsett. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. He's back to throw. Over the middle to Smith. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did. This is a situation where you have to understand the clock. Not getting out of bounds there, a big-time error.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come out here in the eye. He'll look to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Kamar Aiken, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot it.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Byron Maxwell. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Tannehill to a knee, and that ought to be the final act of this ball game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.